Hello bunnies, happy Easterween. In this video, we are bringing in spring spooky style. If you're wondering, what is Easterween? Great question. It is literally just making Easter spooky. I am a huge fan of the Easter aesthetic. I love pastels, and I thought this could be a really great challenge for me to figure out how I could make Easter whimsically spooky, which is really what this channel is all about. And I was just thinking too that this could be a really great way to kind of celebrate making our way really closely back into the Halloween season. Before you know it, we are going to be having some code oranges. The Halloween decor is going to be hitting the shelves in early July. So I thought this would be a great way to kind of kickstart the start of spring, the start of Halloween upon the horizon for us here. With all that being said, I do have a lot of plans for this video. I want to bake, I want to decorate, I have an unboxing with a lot of really fun, spooky body care goodies that are really thematically appropriate for this video. And I obviously wanted to read and watch some bunny horror, so let's hop to it. The first book I picked up was a short story collection called Cursed Bunny by Bora Chung. This was actually first originally created in Korean, and it was translated by Anton Her. It's a short story collection that definitely blends and bends genres. You get a little bit of horror, sci-fi, magical realism, and even some speculative fiction. This was a short story collection that felt really unique and different and unlike anything I really had experienced. I will say that although I did enjoy my reading experience of these short stories, I actually didn't fully finish them because I feel like the last few I tried to give a shot, they just really weren't pulling me in. But the earlier half of the book I really enjoyed. The first short story, called The Head, follows a woman haunted by her own bodily waste. This story was really rich with interpretation of gender dynamics, patriarchal structures. It was really right up my alley. I thought it to be very bizarre and so fascinating and gruesome and grotesque. I really love the short story that the collection got its namesake from, Cursed Bunny. This story centers on a cursed lamp set within a kind of revenge story with a really, really cool ending that was unexpected. Although not all of Bora Chung's stories spoke to me, I really did find a few that left me really intrigued and full of wonder, which was incredibly unexpected. The other book I read for this vlog was Bunny by Mona Awad. All you really need to know is that it follows the main character Samantha as she wraps up her final school year in her MFA and all the weird wackiness that ensues as she grapples with a lot of personal issues that have really been bubbling up for her as she kind of walks this liminal space, wrapping up one big part of her life and then moving on to the next. When I first picked up this book, I was really captivated by the writing style. It can at times feel like this sticky glob of overwhelming adjectives. For the most part, 99.9%, I really enjoyed that part of this book. I am so over the moon in love with it. Oh, that ending, specifically that last page. I could totally see some people not feeling like that was the best way to wrap things up. It was exactly what I was wanting as the reader in that moment. I was getting a little bit concerned about halfway through that it was becoming too windy of a fever dream for my taste. I don't read a lot of books that utilize dreams or dream sequences, so it was a little bit out of my wheelhouse. But by like the 80% mark, I was really happy that I stuck through. It wasn't like I was hating my reading experience. On the contrary, I was very much captivated and invested in Samantha, the main character, and her journey. I just love this sickening cloud of sweetness that was just making you so dizzy as a reader, which paralleled very much the wild journey Samantha, the main character, was going on. This scent right here is exactly what I feel like would be the signature perfume for all the bunnies in the bunny crew. It is basically my scent for the weekend. It has given me all I want with these like Easterween vibes. And the little chick on the bottle is so adorable. He looks like he's kind of hanging on for dear life there. When I saw that Twisted Allure had this new Easter collection going on, I definitely had to jump in because I saw they had this kind of killer clown-esque packaging. This one is called Floppy the Clown. He looks ragged and evil. This scent is labeled Cotton Candy, Caramel Apple, and Funnel Cake. The caramel apple part adds a very interesting freshness to this body spray scent. This Death by Peeps Sugar Scrub is in the Candied Marshmallow scent. These colors are just, they make my heart so happy. There's just something about getting these amazing bath and body products that light me up. If it's not obvious by now, I'm absolutely obsessed with the Peep aesthetic. It was really challenging for me to narrow down what I was getting, but I thought this one looked really cool and unlike anything I'd purchased before from any kind of bath and body product company. I feel like this is gonna smell wonderful in the shower because it's so light and fresh and so springy. I truly can't get over the packaging. The way things look, I feel like is so much a part of the joy of buying things. And the scent for this is bubblegum. It smells so true to name. It actually reminds me of those popsicles I used to enjoy in the summers as a kid. You had like the Ninja Turtles or like the Powder Puff Girls, but their eyeballs were like edible bubble gums. Oh, it just smells so good. Talk about pastels. This is Mummy Bunny. It actually smells exactly like a sugar cookie. I feel like it would be exactly what I would smell if I stepped foot for a second in the restaurant that is featured in Bunny. They call it mini because it serves mini French 75s, mini churros, like basically everything sweet and saccharine. Now that I've opened up some Happy Mail and unboxed some Easterween goodies, I wanted to go see what I could find streaming that might fit the bunny horror vibes of this vlog. did I watch some very interesting movies this evening. To be fair, The Night of the Lepus, which I think came out in like 1972, starring Janet Leigh, wasn't all that bad. I mean, today we look at it and we see like the technology being like super outdated, but for the time, I'm sure it was pretty great. I'm sure it is not something that many people are aware of that even exists. But I give a huge shout out to Katrina from Katrina Brown for recommending that movie. When I ask people on my Instagram to share any kind of Easter or bunny related horror movies for recommendations for me to watch during my Easterween time. So thank you, Katrina, for coming through. It wasn't all that bad, and I feel like between that film and the other one I watched, which was Easter Bunny Massacre, I think that came out in like the early 2000s, The Night of the Lepus, I would 100% recommend. The Easter Bunny Massacre is very much an indie horror movie that has truly bad acting, bad everything, I guess. Everything is cringe. There's parts where I was just so, like, I was laughing half the time, but I think that kind of made it a little bit more fun. And there's like some really interesting ways that they use the Easter setting or Easter-y elements throughout the course of the movie that I found some semblance of enjoyment in. The only time I've really read a book that involved a bunny or the Easter bunny in any kind of significant way would have to be Santa Steps Out, which is a very smutty Christmas book. So besides that book, I really haven't engaged with bunny horror, animal attack movies or books. So this was really fun and effective at getting me more exposed to these kind of books. So if you enjoyed this vlog, definitely leave a comment down below. I'd love to know how you are celebrating the beginning of spring, Easterween. If you're wanting to keep these Easterween vibes going, I highly recommend you check out Mandy's video. Her YouTube channel is Mandy Spooks. She just posted a video of her creating Easterween baskets for her dogs, which came out so amazingly. I thought they were just so adorable. I just love her channel so much. So I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!